What? We good? Welcome, everyone, to the Good Health Saunas live stream. This is going to be episode number 3. We are back in the corner hybrid. So we're going to be doing a 60-minute session once again, going through some of the features and a little bit more about me, hopefully. Going to go through why I like to use the saunas, and particularly live streaming in the evening helps me sleep a lot better. But typically, for my ritual is starting it, letting it heat up to about 100, 110, and then I like to jump in, gets in around core body temperature, and then I can heat up with it. So I'm just going to take you guys along on the journey. If you have any questions, drop them down in the chat below. We're going to be jumping in a 3-person Good Health Saunas Corner Hybrid series. One thing I want you to note is just solid lumber construction. So that's a big thing, no matter who you get an infrared sauna from. It's making sure, obviously, it's using safe materials. And this hybrid series, I always start sweating buckets. So 45 minutes in, we always like to get on the struggle bus, and excited to take you guys along with us. So we're going to heat the unit up here, get it up to about 100, 110 degrees, and then jump in around that core body temperature. I like the corner hybrid because there's plenty of room on the benches for me to stretch out. And if you have a corner that you're thinking about putting in, maximizes your sauna space because you can tuck it in the corner. Doesn't take up a ton of your room as well. It's 75 inches tall, 5 feet by 5 feet. I'm about 6'2", so I used to play lacrosse, a lot of high school sports, track, basketball growing up. So with the recovery aspect, I mean, my knees, lower extremities, ankles, I rolled my ankles a ton playing all those different sports. So I noticed it. Some of the big benefits with the cardiovascular aspect, getting that blood flow and more oxygenated blood allows for muscle recovery, muscle relaxation. So units at around the room temperature, so it's at around 70 degrees. Let it heat up for about 15, 20 minutes, and then get in around that core body temperature. So anywhere from 100, 110, 120 degrees, that 98.6. Closer you get into that core body temperature, you're going to heat up with the unit, raise that core temperature, artificial fever-like response. That's what's going to simulate a fever-like response when you're really sick. So when you're sleeping throughout the night, what are you doing? You're sweating buckets throughout your sleep. So that same reaction is occurring in the infrared sauna by raising that core temperature roughly 3.5 degrees. So that's why I like hopping in around core body temperature, because like I said, then you can heat up with it. You're in there the entire time the heaters are running, and compared to jumping in close to those max temps, where you'll see once it starts getting up there towards the end of my session, those heating elements cycle on and off. So same thing, if you try and let yours heat up, or if you're using an infrared sauna in like a commercial application where it's been running all day long, a lot of the time those heaters are just giving you a conventional style heat because it's just been heating the air temperature up. You're not actually absorbing a lot of the infrared. Now, going out and trying one is still definitely a good way to get an experience. If you have never used an infrared sauna and you only have conventional sauna or steam room experience, that's something where I always recommend, because like I said, growing up playing sports, I had always heard about saunas, the steam rooms. I mean, not the best pictures in mind. I mean, obviously everyone goes in the steam room. You're in there, for my example, a bunch of guys, towels. The camaraderie aspect is nice, but obviously it's that locker room vibe. So in the comfort of your own home, that's one of the nice parts, and it's a lot more and relaxing, a lot more recovery, just because you can sit in there, obviously in the comfort of your own home, but then you're just by yourself. So plenty enough room to stretch out. Like I said, with the corner unit, I can kick my legs out fully along the bench. So being about 6 foot, that's one of the big benefits. And even in the smaller units, like a 2-person or a 3-person, you still have some built-in backrest. So if you're in there with someone else, elbow and shoulder room, but then obviously you still have that built-in comfort aspect too. So units, about 90 degrees. Again, I'm jumping in around 100, 110, so that's close to the core body temperature. This is going to be a 3-person unit, really comfortable, 1 to 2, obviously. And so this is the Good Health Saunas Corner Hybrid. If you have any questions, drop them down in the chat below. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Have you used an infrared sauna before? If you're curious about just the health benefits, do you use a steam room? Let me know kind of where you're checking in from. So we always love hearing and seeing that. I'm jumping in about probably 10-ish minutes here. Like I said, I was going through with an infrared, it's heating my body temperature up compared to that conventional, traditional style. The all construction lumber is a super aspect, but then you're noticing here, just as we do the live, it's got a nice quick heat up time. So everyone's got such a busy life nowadays. It's really beneficial because of the actual design of the unit. So everyone, when you go online, it's really hard. I mean, it's a war zone out there, especially in today's day and age, where there's some questions. I mean, in today's day and age, you're getting in and you're typing in online, and it's really hard to decipher what separates a low quality and what makes one high quality. So we're going to jump into that. Where do you buy a backrest? Sherry asks. That's a good question. Do you have a Good Health sauna, Sherry? And if you do, which one? And then, is this a traditional sauna? This is going to be an infrared sauna. So that's a little bit different than a conventional sauna. That's going to use a hot rock furnace. So everyone, if you've used one at like the gym, there's typically one furnace. Maybe if it's a larger one, you're going to have two furnaces in one corner. That's heating that ambient air temperature up. So infrared is still a sauna. It's still heating, but it's a different type of heat. Compared to heating that ambient air temperature up, you're going to see all these heating elements, which are these black carbon heating elements, that's producing infrared heat. So that's actually a non-visible light ray, just the way heat's transferred. So compared to heating the air temperature up, it's actually able to be absorbed by your body. So it gets about 1.5 inches from that soft tissue muscle. It's heating about 20% of that ambient air, so you still get that ambient air heat. But what happens is it raises your core temperature too. And so where's the best place to sit in the regular 3-person if you were in the sauna by yourself in order to gain the most exposure to infrared? Chad, that's a great question. I mean, depending which unit you have, and all of our hybrid series, I mean, anywhere you sit, because 360-degree heating design, you're getting maximum infrared. So even heat distribution and output throughout all the heating elements. And then because of the design, which is the most important part, you're having that 360-degree heat. So we're gonna jump in here. We're grabbing some water, which is super, super important. Sherry, yes, I bought one, the other corner unit from you guys, and I hadn't had time to put it together. Anthony, shout out Tony, what's up? Best sauna, hands down. He's right. And Sherry, you can always give us a call. I mean, if you're just looking out there, go for like a lumber background. You want all real wood. You don't want like plastic, particle board. I mean, just anything that isn't in its most natural state. So all lumber. When's the best time to clean it? With water vinegar solution after use while it is still hot, or when it is cool? That's a good question. For me, I actually let it run, and you'll see when I get out here, I'm gonna let it, oh, you probably won't, but I let it run for about 15-20 minutes with the heating elements going. That's gonna allow for just a little bit of evaporation to occur with any of the moisture. Again, take the damp towels out. So obviously put towels on the bench and the floor. And then typically the best time to clean it is probably when it's cooled down. That's just gonna allow for you to get in there, get the maximum cleaning. Air purification unit's gonna help with that. So run that probably once or twice a month. But that apple cider, 3 parts water, 1 part apple cider and vinegar solution, that's gonna help clean a lot of the lumber. And so just wipe that down, microfiber cloth. Doesn't really matter, I mean, hot or cold. Make sure, oh, Tony, you're the best. 2-person hybrid owner for 1 month. That's awesome. Greg loves his. So yeah, where are you guys watching from? Drop down in the chat if you have any questions. Obviously, we have customers who absolutely love them. We're jumping in the corner hybrid. It's about 100 degrees, so it's gonna be that time. And we're staying super hydrated. I gotta put the towels in there first. So give us a second here and I will be jumping in. But towels on the bench and the floor, guys, that's super important. We were talking about cleaning it, and that's one of the nice parts about an infrared sauna is a lot less maintenance. And you're definitely gonna want a sauna with a good warranty. So making sure, reputable company, do your research. All the Good Health Saunas owners are the best out there. They know that they have the most well-built, well-designed infrared sauna. And the community of you guys is awesome. We really appreciate it. So if you have one and you absolutely love it, go online, leave us a review. Google, Facebook, Better Business Bureau really helps us out a lot. And customers love to hear from other customers and how their experience went too. So we're going in for the hour-long session. I got my towels on the bench and the floor here. Any last-minute questions before we jump in? But let me know where you're watching from. Have you used an infrared sauna before? We're gonna do a little mic situation and take you guys along with us for the hour-long infrared sauna session. I'm getting a call right now. I can't answer it. I apologize. I will get back to you after the live stream. But we're jumping in, so give me 1 second here, guys, and we're gonna get in for the hour. This is when we need some music. I need some music. You guys get some music. All right, guys, we're getting in for the hour session here. Drop them down in the chat if you have any questions. If you love your sauna so far, I'm grabbing my water, staying super, super hydrated. You're gonna see I have the towels on the bench and the floor, so that's gonna be super, super important. Getting in around body temperature. And then we're going to start our Apple Watch workout here. So, welcome if you guys are just joining. We're doing an hour-long session in the Good Health Sauna's 3-person corner hybrid unit. Unit's about 100 degrees, so I just jumped in around that core body temperature. And we had some great questions about traditional saunas, infrared, and we're going over infrared and really traditional saunas. There's a big difference. One's conventional style heat. The infrared, that's going to heat your actual body. So the heating elements, and especially in the Good Health Saunas hybrid series, any of the Good Health Saunas, really, you have the 360 degree heat. So wraparound heaters, nice and above the neck and shoulders. So I'm about 6'1", 6'2". They still go nice and above the neck and shoulders. You'll see in the corner hybrid, I'm, like I said, plenty enough room in 6'1" and 2" to kick my legs out on the bench here. So with the heating elements on the floor, cap heaters, you guys can't see it, but there's 2 front-facing heaters as well. 180 degree reflector plate, so that's going to evenly distribute that heat throughout the entire unit. So this one has obviously a 5-foot bench this way, and then there's another 5 feet coming out from this back corner. Has the built-in floor heater, and so for me, for the first 10, 15 minutes, I have my feet fully on that floor heater. Once I start to get a really good sweat going, or once I start to sweat, I should say, I kick that towel out just from underneath my calves, so it drips down, helps me just keep the longevity of the unit. So that's a nice little tip and trick for you guys out there. If you use an infrared sauna, I mean, when do you guys like to use it? I'm using it here in the evening, and I like to use it, especially in the evening, because it helps me sleep a lot better. A lot of people like to ask, should I eat before? Should I eat during? I mean, should I eat before? Should I eat after? You definitely want to eat. I mean, I typically don't have a preference. You just want to eat something and make sure you have a lot of substance. There's some people like to fast and go into. I personally like to have a little bit of something, especially if it's going to be a later session like this. I'm not going to want a sauna, get out, shower, eat, and then go to bed. But for me, typically on a live stream day like today, I'll eat before, use the sauna, shower, and then by the time I get home, I'm ready to go to sleep, and I'll sleep phenomenal that night. So big thing to note there is I just build it in my schedule. That's one of the parts about having it readily accessible, especially when you use it in your own home, is it's right there. Nice quick heat up time, as you guys saw. Got in around body temperature. It's already up to 110 degrees. And so I'm going to heat up with the unit for maximum infrared absorption, because these heating elements are constantly going to be running. I'll do about a 45-minute, maybe a 55-hour-long session, and I'm going to be darn near kicking the door down after it. And you guys are going to see here, we'll get on the struggle bus. Is it okay to use it with a towel on the backrest? Does it reduce the infrared benefits? And so, no, I mean, typically I will lean up against the lean up against the wood grates. Now, over the longevity of the unit, if you're worried about that, you can always take that apple cider and vinegar water. Now, towels, you can definitely put that over there. You're still going to be absorbing a lot of that infrared. Now, it's the same thing where the towels on the floor heater, everyone thinks that they're not absorbing that infrared. You're still absorbing a lot of that infrared heat. It's not blocking it to the point of non-absorption. Now, maximum, obviously, you want to wear minimum clothing, but because I'm raising that core temperature, I'm actually helping the vasodilation of the blood vessels, which in turn is getting more oxygenated blood flow, which of course gives me a lot of the muscle relaxation, muscle recovery, the improved circulation. So any aches, pains, arthritis. I like to go to the gym a lot. It's obviously a lot easier to go to the gym that next day when I'm not super stiff, when I'm not super sore. So that's definitely a really good question. And obviously using it consistently. And if you're using it, I mean, anywhere from 3, 4, 5 times a week, I try and use it daily, you're going to notice a lot of those benefits. So having a nice quality unit, you can put the towels up there. Getting in it is the most important thing, guys. That's what I try and preach to everyone. It's consistency beats intensity. It's just like if you go to the gym once, twice a month, you're not going to see or feel all those long-term health benefits. Now, if you start to go 4, 5 times a week, consistency, that's what's going to take you the long run over time. And I feel like that's what a lot of people miss in today's day and age. We went through a pretty crazy period where it was, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was in college during COVID and it was all crazy. It shut down everything. So when I was able to get back out there and the world practically just opened back up, it felt like, who's out there and who had the online entities, because those are what blew up during COVID. And so now that we're back out and the world's up and running again, you can really see there's a lot of companies that just hid behind and are keyboard warriors out there. That's something that we truly, and we pride ourselves in doing, is going out there, going to the state fairs, going to the home shows, talking to you guys, answering questions, putting the saunas out there for you to touch, see, and feel, compared to just looking at pictures on the screen or being keyboard warriors out there. So that's a big thing. I'm absolutely loving the units. I mean, the hybrid unit, like I said, is top of the line in the entire industry. We have some big surprises coming up for you guys here, so excited to bring those out. If you're just joining us, we're going for an hour-long session in the corner hybrid. Let me know where you're checking in from. Have you used an infrared sauna before? What's kind of any tips or tricks? Any questions you have, drop them in the chat down below. Obviously, staying super hydrated is the key. We are about 120 degrees in here now, so Apple Watch, I should have told you the starting and resting heart rate was in the 70, maybe high 70, 80 beats per minute. When I start doing these, heart rate gets a little up there. We get excited for you guys. And so then we're about 100-ish beats per minute now. And so that's really the big benefit, is it's not that I'm not in here panting already after 10 minutes. It's only been 7 minutes, but heart rate's already getting up there. It's not that suffocating type air temperature. It's only heating about 20% of that ambient air. And I can still feel the heat coming from these heating elements, but it's not that abrasive type heat. I can actually take a deep breath. Is there any type of headrest available? Headrest, no. I'm curious. I mean, I don't think there's, I mean, headrest. Kind of headrest. Maybe. I move around in here so much. I don't really use a lot of the accessories, as you guys see. I just make sure I drink a ton of water. So that's a good question. But I mean, the big thing is, if you have space and if you're looking for a sauna, make sure you're going to get one you're actually going to use. There's a lot of them out there that they may look appealing, especially all glass front design. It has the big tall glass windows on the corner and maybe a floating bench in there. And so it looks really cool. But functionality, when you're sitting in it and it's like a radiator, all that heat's on your back, you're going to think about that crazy guy you were talking to or listening to in the live stream, where it's all the cold spots in the entire front of the unit, and that heat's wrapping around your body, especially when it's going to be taking forever to heat up. So you're going to be sitting in there for a long time. And so we're only at about 120 right now. The heart rate's still only 110, but 8 minutes in for the hour-long session. I mean, we got to make sure we keep it up to the chat. Tammy is checking in from Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Awesome. Welcome. Do you have a Good Health Saunas, Tammy? Are you curious? Do you have any questions? We're in a Good Health Saunas Corner Hybrid. We have multiple different options, shapes, sizes. We have a signature series. We're going on with our spring sale right now as well. And I'm doing an hour-long session here in the evening. I mean, I hopefully have some fun golf coming up here. So especially with the infrared, it's getting that deeper muscle recovery. So if you're an avid golfer, if you just like staying active, runner, cyclist, having those heating elements in your important parts is going to matter. So if you're on your feet a lot like I am for work, having the heating elements on that lower extremity, calves, if you're walking around a lot, having those front heaters if you have any knee pain, that's going to be super important. And for me, like I said, with the golf, I like having those heaters go nice and above my neck and shoulders. I was in a car accident a couple years back as well where that whiplash kind of got me. And the one thing that I noticed really benefited, and I hadn't even heard of infrared saunas before that, but I used one, and it was one of the first things that actually relieved it. I used to use rolling. I mean, I would use the big roller pin. I'd go with tennis ball and try and roll it out. And then I started using the infrared, and that deeper muscle relaxation, that more, I think, oxygenated blood flow getting to that inflamed or kind of constricted area probably allowed for the muscle to recover. And now I wouldn't even notice it. With the golf game, it's a big game changer as far as back and just mobility. I notice it if I'm using it before, I'll be able to be a lot looser or limber on the first couple holes. Or if I start using it after the match or after the tournament, whatever, then muscle recovery, I still get that muscle relaxation throughout the evening as well. So Angie's in Gilbert, Arizona. Angie, I'm jealous. Arizona's warm right now. Wisconsin, we're still fighting it and we're getting into spring, but that's actually a great time to still be using the sauna. And I mean, year round is still beneficial, but Tammy's got a 3-person hybrid. Bought it about 6 months ago and she absolutely loves it. Tammy, let's go. Awesome. And absolutely love to hear that. If you guys are wondering where you can watch the chat as well, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Welcome if you're just joining us. We're doing an hour-long session in an infrared sauna. It says it's about 124, but if you just joining us, we jumped in around 100 and 110. Why we did that was because it's close to that core body temperature. So being close to that core body temperature allows me to heat up with it. And the heater, where that's just heating the air temperature up, it's actually going to get about 1.5 inches of that soft tissue muscle. So get a lot more muscle relaxation, muscle recovery. You still get a ton of the skin purification benefits and actually a lot more. And so using a full spectrum infrared sauna, that's how you get that deep muscle relaxation, muscle recovery, helps with some cellular regeneration, cardiovascular benefits. And so welcome from Elkhorn. Oh, Angie, that's awesome. Tony's daughter. Whole family loves it. They have the 2-person hybrids, the 3-person hybrids. 3-person hybrids. That's right. And so they absolutely love theirs. The 3-person hybrid and the corner hybrids, like I said, guys, those are probably one of our most popular units, but any of the makes and models, you're still getting all of those health benefits. It's more so what your space is capable of, what you want to do with your space. I always recommend, if you have the space for a larger unit, you're not going to recommend going. You're not going to regret going with it. And so, like me right now, I have plenty of room to kick my legs up on the bench. And if you guys are just joining us, we're in the corner hybrid, so I also have plenty of room to kick out this way. So if I was in here with another person, I can have my legs fully extended on the bench. There's still plenty of room over here too. So we are staying super, super hydrated, which is key. And we're in about 120, 126, it says right now. I'm starting to sweat, starting to feel that core body temp, getting elevated. Probably starting to kick my feet down on the floor heater before I start absolutely sweating buckets here. But if you guys are just joining, welcome. We're using an infrared sauna, so a little bit different than the conventional saunas, traditional saunas. If you've used an infrared sauna, where have you used it?
typical session look like? We're going through kind of what my typical session looks like in an hour-long evening. So I started around 100, 110. We've heard from other customers, they absolutely love their hybrid series and using it because of the amount of heaters. And no matter which one you get, like I said, I was talking earlier with my golf game, having the front heaters, any knee pain. I said earlier, I played a lot of high school sports, so I rolled my ankles a lot too. Having the heaters on those lower extremities and with a lot of the maintenance aspect as well, if you have one or if you're thinking about getting one, what does this actually look like? The nice part is you'll see, I just put towels on the bench, towels on the floor, and then I can take the towels out when I'm done. That's pretty much it. We have, I recommend 3 parts water, 1 part apple cider vinegar. Nick wants to know, how often do you stream? We stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're looking forward and if you want to have us go over any sessions or if you want to have us jump in new saunas, let us know. We're always looking for recommendations. I like doing these to go over questions. We have a lot of customers who are watching it. They already have one and they just tell us how much they love it or if they're getting any last minute questions answered. But I'm in the corner hybrid and we've heard from a lot of customers that they absolutely love their hybrid series as well. So if you're just joining us, where are you watching from? I've been in for about 15 minutes now and the heart rate's still up in the 110s. So the unit is in the 130s right now. I can definitely feel, and you'll notice it too, is the heating elements you're gonna have, and if you don't have 360 degree heat, it'll be cold spots. Like I just put my feet on that floor here a little bit ago. I already am moving them around just because I can feel that benefit and then feel that infrared heat already getting to them. So Crystal had it for a month and so addicted, trying to learn everything I can about it. All there, so to know about sauna life. From New Jersey, that's awesome. Welcome to the Good Health Saunas family. Super excited to have you. I'm curious which sauna you went with, and you're absolutely gonna love it. So as you said, it's an addicting feeling in a good way, and that's, for me, obviously graduating during COVID, crazy times, and then using it to obviously have that healthy lifestyle that's super, big now. We're looking at, everyone's looking for kind of the next holistic way, and sweating, that's the most simple, the most efficient, the most effective way to detox the body, to get more blood flow throughout your entire body. And think about it, the last time you worked out or you're in that deep workout state, you've been running for a long time, your muscles feel really loose. You get that same benefit in an infrared sauna, but then it's not like when you get out, you're going to stiffen up and become sore after, just because the infrared allows for that muscle relaxation, but it's not that abrasive beating on your knees, your joints, your muscles. So tons and tons of benefits. What is a good max temp for new sauna user? Great question. The biggest thing is using an infrared sauna, you want to get in around your core body temp. So getting in around 100 to 110 degrees and then heating up with it. That's how I started using it here. And you're seeing I'm starting to sweat already, where because I'm absorbing that infrared heat and these heaters are going to be constantly running, getting in around that body temp, set the unit. I had it set up to 165. I got in around 100, 110. And so I'm heating up with the unit, maximizing that infrared absorption. And that way I can stay in it a little bit longer, getting and maximizing those health benefits too. And that's a good question. What are the main differences between the hybrid and signature series? That's a really good question. So the hybrid series, that you can set up to 165 degrees. Signature series, you can set that up to 150 degrees. Now, as far as functionality, you're going to get the same health benefits. Design-wise, depends which one you have. The 2-person and 3-person hybrids have some built-in ergonomics. They do have essential oil trays in all of them, the hybrid series. The hybrid series also has cup holders, Bluetooth speakers, little upgrade on the digital control panel. And then all of them have a reservation mode as well. So that's a great question. If you have a little more time and you want to jump with one of our reps, they're more than happy to walk you through all of our options. I know it's crazy out there looking online, and we try and keep it simple as far as making sure it's the safest, most efficient, most effective. The 360-degree heat, no matter who you get a sauna from, is going to be the most important part. Signature or hybrid, that's included. They all come back with that lifetime warranty. They all come with Bluetooth speakers. They all come with the air purification unit, and they all come with that reservation mode. Hybrid series has some additional lighting behind your shoulders, behind your calves. It does have a little bit larger lighting on the top here. And then you do get cup holder, the essential oil tray as well. So that's a really good question. And that is one thing where using a sauna, and if you use a lot of infrared saunas like I have, you're going to notice little things like heater placement, heater design, heat up time. What type of heaters too? Is it using carbon heaters? Is it only using ceramic heaters? And you guys can't see, but in the hybrid series, there's 2 front-facing heaters, carbon heaters wrapping around your body, and the 2 front-facing ceramic heaters. Those are double, giving you that full spectrum infrared heat with even heat distribution, because you got the carbon wrapping around your body, and then the ability to get to those higher temperatures with the ceramics as well. So make sure you're looking at heater design, heater placement, obviously reputable company. Those are all really good questions if you're just joining us. We are about 20 minutes into a hour-long infrared sauna session. Heart rate's about 115 right now, so I'm starting to get the sweat going, as you can see here. But big thing is jumping in around that body temperature. The unit's about 135. Because I'm not in a conventional style sauna where it has to use the furnace style heater, it doesn't have to get that air temperature to 180, 190 degrees. Otherwise, this live stream would be 2 hours long if I was starting it from room temperature, depending on how spacious and the size design of the unit. I mean, if I have one small heater here and it's me and wanting to be with someone else, I'd feel pretty uncomfortable. So that's where having an infrared sauna is super nice, because nothing in here is going to burn me, hurt me, harm me in any shape or form. I don't have one hot furnace style if you have a family. This is a nice way to still get all of those benefits, and that hybrid series gives you that traditional style feel, but still allowing for all the benefits of the infrared as well. And so really, really key as far as no matter who you get one from, like I said, ask for the heater placement or heater design. Does it have 360-degree heat? Is it made with real lumber? Does it have a good warranty? Is it from a reputable company? How long have they been in business? So those are all really good questions, guys. Keep them coming. We love hearing from you. And if you've just joined us, we had a lot of customers in the chat prior. They absolutely love their sauna. They just got it. They're addicted to it in a good way. And these are things we hear all the time. So if you're curious, obviously, we have all of our saunas on our website and are more than happy to walk you through our options. We're doing an infrared hour-long session in the Corner Hybrid series. And this is a Tuesday night live stream at 7 p.m. That's when we're always going to go live when we can for you guys. So if you have any ideas, if you have any questions, drop them down below. It's been 20 minutes of good sauna session so far, and we are going to be hitting this thing we like to call the struggle bus later on, but we will still be on struggle bus. Not yet, though. But we are staying hydrated. Like I said, the heart rate's getting up there. I'm starting to get that good sweat. It's been about 20 minutes now. So in an infrared sauna, I can stay in here. Like I said, you'll see about 45, maybe 55 minutes. But I'm not having that high abrasive, take my breath away type heat. It's not burning my eyes. It's not burning my nose or my ears. I can sit in here a lot longer, still get those same muscle relaxation, muscle recovery benefits, but not have that high abrasive heat. So that's something I like because of the infrared. The traditional saunas, if you just like sitting in there at 210 for 10 minutes, I mean, that's cool. not really for me. I like doing it for a lot more of the cardiovascular aspect benefits, deeper muscle relaxation, muscle recovery. I mean, you're still getting benefits sweating any which way you cut it. So I always like to say that it's good that people are getting out there moving around. Now, depending on how you like to use it and what type of benefits you're getting, that's kind of the next step where what are you looking to get from it? And so a lot of people where, if they're just looking to sweat buckets, you're still going to get that in an infrared sauna, and you're actually going to get a lot more benefits compared to just sitting in that high abrasive air temperature. So always good to ask, I mean, what are you guys curious about? I mean, we have tons of different options, and it's a great time right now, obviously with our spring sale going on, but we are back in Wisconsin, so we're doing the lives on Tuesday nights, and this is in the corner hybrid. If you're just joining us, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Have you used an infrared sauna before? And the nice thing too is you'll see as I've been in here, I have necklaces, I have my jewelry on, I have my Apple Watch. That hot traditional air or that conventional style sauna, it's the jewelry will be burning. It's every time you move around, Apple Watch will shut down 10, 15, 20 minutes in. And so I can still hear everyone. That's always a good question too. How, or should I have my phone in the hybrid series? You guys, I don't know if you can see it, but there is an iPad holder here. So if you wanted to watch something, you can still, and I can still have my chat here and see what you guys are saying. But the next part is, you're not overheating your phone as quick. Obviously, the phone is designed, if it doesn't get too hot, it'll turn down or turn off, but you can have it in here. I still like having the Bluetooth speakers, the audiobooks, podcast, music, anything you like. What do you listen to? I can't decide between podcast or music half the time. That's crazy. That's the craziest debate out there because I can't decide half the time either. And for me, I will say with the Bluetooth speakers, I will bring my phone in. Maybe I'll be scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, what have you for the first 10, 15 minutes. Then normally I'll go with a podcast. Then for the last, like if I'm pushing it, then I'll kick on some music. Depending, sometimes I'll just throw the podcast with music on, throw my phone out, leave my phone in. It all depends. That's personal preference. I mean, that's how I'm feeling that day. And so we typically will go for music. Like I said, I like to use it as a little more relaxation than if I'm 45 minutes in and trying to really focus on a podcast. So really good question. Also, if I don't go all the way up to the highest temp, it's still detoxing. Definitely still getting all the benefits because I'm absorbing that infrared, raising my core temperature. So it's not about that ambient air temperature. It's about raising your core temperature and sweating. When you're sweating, that's what's going to allow for that detox, that natural detox, pulling out the heavy metals, the toxins, the carcinogens that just get built up and stored in the body. And so what's the difference from the 3-person corner unit I bought about 5 years ago from Eric versus a hybrid? You have the Signature Series. The Signature Series, that has been our tried and true for 20 plus years. Hybrid Series, main difference is a little bit different. I mean, design obviously has some more lighting behind your shoulders, behind your calves. You're getting the same health benefits. You can set it to get a little bit hotter. Has a little bit larger lighting up top here, essential oil tray, cup holder, a couple different features, but health-wise, identical benefits. Depending about 5 years ago, this one you can set up to 165. Signature Series about 140, 150, depending when you got it. And so you're, like I said, getting all those health benefits. Real big difference is just kind of a design. And so, I mean, the Hybrid Series, what we did when we came out with it is we wanted to, design the most well-built, well-designed infrared sauna with the most heating elements per square foot. So 360-degree heat. I'm about 6'2", wrapping around my entire body, so neck, shoulders. I like to golf. I go in 3, 4, 5 times a week, so using it for that muscle relaxation, muscle recovery. Those are some of the big benefits. It helps me sleep a lot better. Obviously, going to the gym is one thing. Doing the cardio is another thing. This can supplement my cardiovascular workout when I don't want to go run on the treadmill, elliptical, outside, or what have you. And so those are All good questions. And the big thing is using it. I would always say jump in around your core. And if you have the signature or the hybrid, no matter what infrared sauna it is, you should be getting in around that core body temp. Because even at like the spas or the wellness centers, if you get in and the unit's already heating up, or it's already at that set max temp, then the heating elements cycle on and off. So you want to be in here the entire time those heaters are running. And so now that I started to sweat, I'm going to kick that towel over the floor heater here, and then that will help absorb a lot of the sweat. The same thing, I mean, I just fold it over so it will really get any of the sweat that is coming down that way. So there we go. We are about 140, 145 in here. Heart rate's in the 120s after about 30 minutes in here. So my chat gate's closing. Welcome if you're just joining. Welcome. Let me know where you're checking in from. Where have you used an infrared sauna before? Have you seen Good Health saunas? If you're just joining us, I'm doing an hour-long session. It's kind of a little Q&A, also going over what my typical session obviously looks like. And so if you're just joining, I jumped in around 100, 110 degrees. I put towels on the bench and on the floor, and I've been heating up with it for about 30 minutes now. So I typically will do about 45 minutes. You'll see these last 15 are really when I start to get that max, heart rate, that high abrasive heating. And so I still have the full heater going. And if I waited till 110, 120, you can still get in and the heating elements are still run. But typically, it depends on how you're wanting to use your sauna. If you want to go in and you want to do a shorter session and still try and get the benefits, you can. Because I have time, I can heat up with the entire hour. And I can enjoy it a lot more because it's not that high abrasive air temperature. But if I was looking for this 30-minute, 45-minute session, I'd maybe jump in around 110, 120 degrees. But because heating up close to that core body temp is the most important thing, that's how you're going to get the most health benefits. And so we are doing our typical Tuesday night live sessions, 7 p.m. If you're just joining us, we've had people from all over the country. So excited to have everyone here. And we've been going over our sessions in the Good Health Saunas corner hybrid. So 5 feet this way and 6 foot, plenty enough room for me to flop around in here. And so big thing is heating up and allowing my body to raise that and elevate that core temp compared to just my surface temp. So that's a big thing compared to the traditional sauna. The infrared sauna is getting deeper into that soft tissue muscle. And so I'm still absorbing all of that infrared heat. Closer you are to those heaters and the more heaters you have, the more benefits you're going to get. And I always forget, we'll change the lights too, because you can have it on a cycle mode. So I like having it cycle on the live. I feel like it looks cool for you guys. Now, as far as my personal preference, I probably would just have it on one color. In the evening, I like the blues, the violets, a little bit more of that neuroepinephrine, more of a calming sensation. Whereas like the red, the yellow, a little bit more neuroepinephrine, and that's the big thing as far as like red light therapy. But it should be done separately from an infrared sauna. Now, if you're putting a red light panel 2 feet away from my body here, I'm too far away to get any of those benefits. All the stuff is using red light therapy, direct contact to the skin, and it's not producing any heat. So you're really only getting superficial benefits. Now, there's still some cellular regeneration with all infrared heat, whether that be full spectrum or red light therapy. Full spectrum infrared is getting deeper into that soft tissue muscle, so it's always giving you those benefits of red light therapy, and then a lot more too. That is a great question, Juicebox. And so the different colors, when your eyes perceive certain colored lights, and your eyes are perceiving certain colored lights, different chemical reactions occur in the brain. So like the red, the yellow, the green, a little bit more of that neuroepinephrine, and some other benefits, obviously, depending on the colors, but that neuroepinephrine, serotonin, the dopamines, it's going to be a lot more of the happy hormones, alert, awake, And so the blues, the violets, the teals, or the turquoise, that's going to release a lot more of that neuroepinephrine. And that neuroepinephrine is a little bit more of a calming sensation. So it is a similar premise to like mood lighting. So if you've ever been like on a plane at night, it's always got blue lighting running, compared to if you went in and it had red lighting running, everyone would be freaking out. So similar premise to that. The real workhorse with the infrared heat is actually that non-visible light ray. So that's the infrared heat coming from all these heating elements wrapping around my body, the floor heaters. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the amount of square footage of heating elements is unreal in these hybrid series. So that's a great question. You do have all 7 different light color settings, or you can have it set to be one color. You got the air purification unit behind me over here as well. So that's an ionizer ozonator. Run that maybe once or twice a month. I got towels on the bench, towels on the floor. Nice thing is it's just buckles and clips. So if you ever want to move it, you can just take it down and move it. I mean, customers, they'll call us and ask us, oh, can we come out there and move it? Well, we'll tell them, oh, it's just a couple clips, unplug and replace, or unplug and play. And then just call them, make sure that everything's okay. And they'll be like, that was one of the simplest things ever. Takes 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And especially if you save the boxes that it comes in, then you can put it right back in there, take it with you if you ever move too. So it's something you're going to have for the rest of your life. That's a big thing in today's day and age. Everything's kind of built for instant replace, where with these hybrid series, I mean, we have them in commercial applications all across the country. So fire stations, gyms, wellness centers. I love working with the professional athletes, the Olympic athletes. They use it rigorously. So, I mean, they're putting a beat up on these things, but you still can stand up to the test of time with the all lumber construction. So it's not the 1-inch particle board benches that are going to deteriorate and fall apart instantaneously or a year or two. It's all lumber construction. And the big thing is if you're just putting towels on the bench, so nice plush towels, always put towels on the bench and the floor, and then take the damn towels out when you're done. 140 is cooking. Can't imagine it any hotter. Yeah, you're right. I mean, 140, that's where I am clearly dripping sweat. And now is, like I said, at the 30-minute mark, heart rate's already in the 130s. You're going to see a lot more of the cardiovascular benefit just because you can stay in it a little bit longer. But the infrared is actually a lot more beneficial because it's vasodilating my blood vessels. So because I absorbed all that infrared heat, expanded all the blood vessels throughout all of my extremities, that's getting more oxygenated blood flowing, so allowing for more muscle relaxation, muscle recovery, and then allows the heart to become a little bit more efficient pump too. It doesn't have to work as hard because it's like running blood at fire hoses compared to garden hoses. So all great questions. Welcome if you're just joining us. We're about 35 minutes into an hour-long session. Heart rate's in the 140s, so we'll see. This is the Good Health Saunas Corner Hybrid. If you guys want to check out any of the other ones, they're obviously on the website, or you can schedule a one-on-one with me. I'm more than happy to check them out with you, figure out which one's going to work best. So welcome. Drop the questions in the chat down below, guys. We are more than happy to answer them. Now is the best time that you guys are going to get to talk with an infrared sauna specialist. All I do, guys, is sit in infrared saunas and talk about them all day of the week, every day. So if you have any questions, if you've seen them online, there's a big thing where it's really hard to separate what is a low quality, what is high quality out there. And so I can point out a couple things, no matter who you get one from, you should check out. That's just the heater placement. For me, being 28, yeah, I'm 28, and I like to golf a lot, go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. Having an infrared sauna that has a nice quick heat up time, you guys are just joining us. We've been in for about 37 minutes. We let the unit heat up for maybe 15, maybe 20-ish minutes, maybe even less than that. I wasn't paying attention. We have 2 spots to see benefits. How often should you do this a week? Is it bad if you do it twice a day? Just curious. Juice box, what's up, John? No, that is very beneficial if You're using it twice a day. You gotta make sure you're staying super, super hydrated. What was the first part of that? Oh, I mean, consistency beats intensity. So I will say, using it 4-5 times a week, that's how you're gonna see and feel a lot more of those long-term health benefits. If you go to the gym 3-4 days a week, or let's say if you're just a skateboarder and you only skateboard 2-3 times a month, you're not gonna be as good as that skateboarder who's been skateboarding 3-4 times a week. Same premise with anything. The more you use it, the more benefits you're going to get. I mean, using it 3-4 times a week, I always recommend 4-5 times a week. Use it when you get it the first 6 days. Don't use it that 7th day. You'll notice it as an addicting feeling in a good way. So John is getting his sauna too. He's excited for his signature. He's getting a GE2. And I'm super excited for him. I know he's going to love it. So if you guys are just joining us, let me know where you're watching, where you're checking in from. I'm about 140, 150. It's about 150 in here right now. Heart rate is probably in the 130s, 140s. And we're going to try and stay in here for a minute. We didn't use the sauna this morning, obviously, because we were going to do the live stream tonight. But that is something where, even if I did use it this morning, I still wouldn't be leery of using it in the evening. I would just make sure I drank a ton of water, electrolytes, salt, sodium. I always I put creatine and then just some electrolytes in, not in this one, but I probably will after this. So that's going to be a 40-minute session. We're trying to go for a little bit longer here. So we are about 130s, 140s in the heart rate. Welcome if you guys are just joining us. This is where we're going to get on what we like to call the struggle bus. So welcome to the struggle bus, guys. This is where the talking, I get on a brain, I may ramble. Your questions, you probably could get me lacking right now, but we are about 40 minutes in, and I'm obviously dripping sweat. Towels are drenched, but staying super hydrated is really, really important. You guys have noticed if you've been around the whole time, I've been drinking water the entire session. Everyone always asks, so it's better to drink water before or during. For me, everyone doesn't drink enough water, especially in today's day and age. I mean, most people should probably be drinking at least 2 liters of water a day. So that's probably almost 2 of these. I rarely do that. I still try and drink a ton of water daily. So I know I'm at least drinking a liter, probably a liter and a half, but more water you drink before, during, and after, that's going to be how you're going to stay super hydrated and not have to worry about dehydration. Whew. All right, struggle bus is real now. So this is where I like it because there's mental benefits to sitting in the high heat too, I think. And that's why everyone, if they're cracking the door and they're opening it up, you're still absorbing all that infrared. So you're still getting a lot of muscle relaxation, muscle recovery. And if a unit, if it doesn't have 360-degree heat and you open the door, good luck getting it to heat back up. So this, in the hybrid series here, still have 360-degree heat. It's getting up into the 150s now, so we're definitely getting, and we have our ticket on the struggle bus. Let's see what stop we get off on. But I could have, now in a traditional sauna, 20-25 minutes in, I'd be kicking the door down just because I couldn't breathe. My ears, my nose, my eyes would be burning. And so with an infrared sauna, you can notice I can still take a deep breath. It's not burning my nose, it's not burning my mouth. So anyone who's older, if you have arthritis, if you have a heart condition, you can actually use an infrared sauna, whereas traditional saunas can be pretty abrasive. Sometimes you got to be careful in them. So infrared, you're going to get all of those long-term health benefits and a lot more too. So we're 43 minutes in, and I could definitely call it here. Like if I wasn't live streaming, I would be okay, but we like to push it and go in for, and I probably would stay in longer even if I wasn't live streaming. I'd probably still go for 50 minutes just because getting that heart rate up there, getting that cardiovascular benefit, I know right when I open the door, and 10 minutes, 20 minutes from now, I'm going to wish I was in here because of just how loose my muscles feel and how relaxed my entire body is. So big thing is still those. But I am about 45 minutes in. We can't leave until we finish the water. I give myself credit the first time, the 55 minute, that was a good one. I think that was impressive, not looking back. But we are going to go for it. For you guys, if you have any questions, we'll be back next week. You'll have to save them because we're going to stick around here for a few minutes longer, but we'd love to hear from you guys if you have any questions. If you're curious about an infrared sauna, we've had so many customers here tonight that have a Good Health Saunas, absolutely love it, are just curious about cleaning tips. I mean, a few things we went over here tonight, like towels on the bench and on the floor. For me, I mean, it's unreal to the opportunity that I have to meet so many of you guys, and just I'm so thankful that you guys are all in the chat, and it was fun, and I'm excited to see where we can go in the future, and appreciate Alexis and the entire team for putting up with it. So you guys are all awesome, and told you the sauna brain and the struggle bus get me talking. But we are at the 150s, 6, 7, heart rate's up there. We are doing the hour on the Tuesday night. We went through a ton tonight. It's been very fun, guys. I'm going to still stick around. We've been on the struggle bus. Yeah, Anthony, 155, 50 minutes. There you go. Tony, you're the best. Me too. And I'm dripping right now. But it feels amazing. It is an addicting feeling in a good way, guys. So if you haven't tried one, I would recommend it. If you're curious about them, if you think it's something you'd even use, I mean, we'd be more than happy to kind of figure it out. I mean, I look forward to hearing from people, and like all you awesome people in the chat, where you can actually come back and talk and tell me how much you love it. I mean, that's the most more rewarding thing. I was one of those kids where I wanted to be a doctor growing up. You go into school, and shout out Moraine High School, Wisconsin, tons of great people there. I went to a couple of like biomed science classes where, looking back, I was sitting next to a lot of doctors and nurses, and they're awesome. They're amazing people. It wasn't meant for me, but now that I can still be in health, wellness, hear from all you guys how it is impacting your daily life and how good it makes you feel. I mean, that's the most rewarding part for me. So thank you all for joining. We're going to stick around because we can't wrap it up yet, but this is heart rate in the 150s. Saunas up to the max, close to the max temps here. But again, it's not really about the max temperature. Tony, sauna addict, sleep better, feel better. Let's go. Let's go. Tony gets me all jacked. Let's go, Tony. Behave. That's true, though. That is true. That is true. I hear that a lot. I really do. Oh, so heart rate, again, is up there, but I'm not having that suffocating type high abrasive heat. It's relaxing. I mean, music, podcast, it doesn't get any better than this, guys. But super excited to bring you guys along on the journey, because I know so many people are curious. They see it out there. They wonder. They know. They've read about it. They don't get a chance to actually see someone using it, because saunas are often behind closed doors. So we like to try and open up the door for you guys, see what it's like using an infrared sauna, and obviously the benefits that I get, but you'll hear and see in the chat so many other customers get too. So all love to them, and absolutely grateful for you guys that have a Good Health Saunas and absolutely love it. So if you ever any friends or family that are interested and you have one, always send them our way. More than happy to hook them up and make sure they're all taken care of with one of the most well-built, well-designed infrared saunas out there. So, well, the struggle bus is real. And I am using Invisalign in the sauna, if anyone's curious. Anyone out there, you can do that. And jewelry, too. It's not burning me. I can have my Apple Watch in here the whole time. Not my sweating buckets, yeah. But that's because my core temp. It's not just my surface temp right now. So that's why it's not drying my eyes. That's why I can still read the chat here. But we've been in 50 minutes. I think the hour-longs are great. So once again, that was, and that is going to be a Good Health Saunas live session from the corner hybrid unit. Thank you guys for joining. If you commented, you guys are absolutely amazing. If you're curious, we're more than happy to help. If you have any questions, again, we're there for you. So thank you guys for coming along with the journey. Like I said, you really make it fun. And like I said, we're trying to open the doors to the sauna world and realize and see and make everyone realize how beneficial it can be for everyone. So thanks for coming out. We're going to wrap it up there. That's going to be a 15-minute session with Nick in the Good Health Saunas corner hybrid. So thanks for checking in, guys. You guys are awesome. Heart rate's up in the 160s. The struggle bus is real.